Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Apple, Spotify, or Google, please leave a 5-star rating. This content is brought to you by Uphold, which makes crypto investing easy. You can buy, sell, trade, and earn cryptocurrencies in Uphold. They have 10 plus million users, 200 plus cryptocurrencies, and they're available in 150 countries. I've used this platform since 2017, but as with all exchanges, you can buy and sell on them, but you always want to custody your own crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. If you'd like to learn more about Uphold, please visit the link in the description. All right, my friends, we got some very interesting news today. Kevin OLeary, Mr. Wonderful. Yes, that Kevin OLeary from Shark Tank. He was paid $15 million to be a spokesperson for FTX. Now, we, of course, knew he was a spokesperson. He went around saying that he was, and he would go on TV and talk about FTX and crypto. He would go to events and talk about it. But we didn't know the details of the partnership, and $15 million. That's a pretty good amount to be a spokesperson. And they probably paid him that because of the weight that his opinions and his media visibility has. And this morning, surprisingly, the folks on CNBC called him out on it, and he looked a bit shook, right, as they were interviewing him. But the other part that's not good about what Kevin has been doing, I'm not blaming him for investing in FTX and being a spokesperson, but what I don't like is after the fact that it's been revealed that, Sam did fraud, they lost billions of dollars, a lot of people are hurt in this, he keeps defending Sam Bankman-Fried. Right, he's defending the undefensible, and he even said that he would invest in Sam Bankman-Fried again. And I think a lot of people, rightfully so, have been criticizing him, and I can't believe he's been saying things like that. But 15 million reasons, and I think the other part of it too is he's trying to reduce the justice that's coming, and the punishment, I should say, that's coming to Sam Bankman-Fried. The reason being, he's closely connected. He could be implicated. So if the punishment is heavy-handed on Sam Bankman-Fried, you can imagine that's going to tarnish Kevin's brand even further. So I think that's part of his, going around trying to say, Sam Bankman-Fried, he's a good kid. I would invest in him again, and so forth. I think that's part of it. Now, what's interesting, it was also revealed that Kevin is going to be testifying at the Senate Banking Committee hearing on FTX on December 14th. So he told the folks at CNBC about this. And we know on the 13th, the Democrats, Maxine Waters and so forth, and Patrick McKenney, he's a Republican actually, are trying to get Sam Bankman-Fried to show up on the 13th. Will he show up in person? I don't think so. Probably virtual. But I think Sam Bankman-Fried is trying to avoid the U.S. as much as possible because he knows what's about to happen to him. Now, something that's interesting, apparently Sam Bankman-Fried and a bunch of other crypto CEOs and founders and people in the industry filmed a crypto course on Masterclass. So some of you may have used Masterclass, have heard of it. I personally used it. My wife had gotten me a subscription as a gift one year, and it's really great. You hear from different people, and they talk about different things, and obviously teach you about different things. So this is really a great way for people to learn about crypto. In fact, CZ, a Binance CEO, was part of it. Coinbase's COO Emily Choi and A16Z founder Chris Dixon also was part of it. But of course, they pulled the Sam Bankman-Fried segment for obvious reasons. But here, let me give you some details. While many may say FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried inadvertently ran a masterclass on how not to run a business, several crypto executives have recently partnered with online education platform Masterclass to teach a course on the space. But the class does not elaborate on the bankruptcy of FTX and what led up to it. A Masterclass spokesperson told Blockworks that the lessons were in production before the crypto exchange's crash. Here's a quote. Sam Bankman-Fried was filmed for the class prior to the FTX crash. The representative said, given recent events, he was removed. So rightfully so, of course. But I love stuff like this, getting the education out there. and you're hearing from some high profile people. Obviously, Sam Bankman-Fried not a great candidate, but no one knew that, before this whole crash. But the folks who were invested, the folks who were partnered with FTX, even the regulators like Gary Gensler, should have done their due diligence to see what the hell these guys were doing down in the Bahamas and how they were running this exchange. Now, speaking of the SEC, this is some very interesting news, and Eleanor Tourette from Fox Business tweeted it out. The SEC Acting Inspector General Nicholas Padilla has been replaced by Helen M. Albert. Padilla's exit comes just 2 months after his report criticizing the agency's performance under Gary Gensler's leadership. Wow. Is there some retaliation here? Gary kicked him out, fired him. And Representative Bill Huizenga, who I will be interviewing next week. I was actually supposed to interview him this week, but he's very busy. He had to reschedule. I'm interviewing him next week. He's part of the committee that oversees the SEC, and we're going to talk about this. He tweeted out this article about it, and he said, "Criticize Gary Gensler and you get removed?" ? It appears Gary Gensler continues to insulate himself from accountability. In January, Republicans on the Financial Committee will conduct oversight of the SEC and restore accountability to an agency that has none. Oh boy, it's coming. Gary's got to better prepare because these guys are coming for blood. And once again, I'll be interviewing Representative Bill Huizenga about this. I will have Congressman Tom Emmer on as well in a separate interview. And I'm going to try to get Patrick McHenry as well. So you guys make sure you're subscribed. Those interviews are coming and you don't want to miss them. Now, Senator Elizabeth Warren, the constant crypto critic and person who wants to see the end of crypto, apparently she sent a letter to Jerome Powell about crypto and FTX and so forth. And Ryan Selkis of Masari tweeted out that letter, and he said, Senator Warren doesn't want to investigate a single bank for its relationship to a fraudulent crypto exchange. No, she wants to shut down all banking access to honest crypto companies too. That is her goal. Fortunately, people like her are only electable in Massachusetts. Ryan, sometimes he comes with some zingers and some burns here on Twitter, but he's rightfully criticizing Elizabeth Warren. She's a big time hypocrite. I don't care, Democrats or Republican. This is not about political affiliation. She, as a person, is a hypocrite. Finally, guys, Celsius bankruptcy judge orders return of $50 million in user assets. $50 million is just the beginning. Celsius owes more than $4.7 billion in total. So kind of a drop in the bucket compared to $4.7 billion. But at least, we're making some progress here. I know some of you have your funds stuck on Celsius and you can't access it. And I'm hoping that everybody gets their funds back. This is such a bad situation. So Chief Bankruptcy Judge of the Southern District of New York, Martin Glenn, has ordered failed crypto lender Celsius Network to return cryptocurrency worth $50 million back to its customers. Glenn delivered the order during a hearing on Wednesday and applies to an estimated $44 million worth of crypto held in custody accounts that belong to Celsius users and not the company. Coins involved in transfers under $7,500 from the interest-bearing accounts to custody accounts were also ordered to be returned. A little over $11 million worth of crypto fell into that group, court papers show. So once again, guys, some progress, but still not enough. We need more. We need people to get their funds back. And I hope, everything gets restored, but we'll see if not 100%, at least 80%, right? You get something back, at least 90%, but let's see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's the news. What do you think about this Kevin OLeary news and, his situation and getting paid money? And also he's going to be testifying before the Senate. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you all later.